Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope your weekend was well. I hope if you had Monday off, you were able to get outside, get grounded, um, spend time with your family, honor those who have served and who have lost their lives. That is truly what Monday is for. But we're going to pull, look, there's some cards that already came out, our energy for Tuesday. We have creature of water, creative expression. So something that you have been toying with in your mind, maybe a plan or a passion. You are now starting to put that into play. Um, and then you have mother of air, boundaries. It could also be being able to hold boundaries and express yourself authentically in whatever it is that you are needing that space or that boundary with. We also have altar of air, clarity. Yeah. uh, in expression, um, this creative expression, you have the clarity on what it is, and you're holding your boundary and a boundary with yourself in creating this or coming up with the plan. It's no longer an option. It is something that needs to happen. And you also have, come on now, the high priestess. Look at her with all her regalness and glory. Yes. High priestess, intuition and knowing. So you know that this um, creative expression that you have, or whatever you are creating, or whatever is being expressed to you, it is something that needs to happen. Underneath the deck, you have ancestral force, which is completion. So maybe you have already done all of these things to create this completion now. Now it's like, now that it's here, now that you have done it, what do I do with it? And how do I use it? You know what I'm saying? And the boundary may be the silence that you were moving in until you had the clarity that you needed, the inner knowingness, your high priestess, to be able to complete it, to be able to bring it to life. Because sometimes you have to move in silence when you are working on something, even when you're working on yourself, because not everybody is going to have this the um, the feeling to embrace you during your change. And sometimes in the midst of you changing, not everybody should be handling you at that time. So it required you to be in silence. It required you to move with boundaries. It required you to wait until you had the clarity or the inner knowing of how you would like to move. You know what I'm saying? It's also the slowing down and making sure that you are moving in alignment with what it is that you're trying to bring uh, into this mundane world. All right, we have a couple of cards that came out. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You have the King of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. This is divinely being led in, because now you have that clarity. This clarity, the Queen and the King together, they know exactly how to move in this energy. You're moving from uh, energy of chaos and not understanding and being hazy and not believing in yourself to, okay, I do know. With the high priestess out here, you have a lot of clarity. You have a lot of knowledge that's out on this table. It's now you have to know how to express what you have gone through and express the knowing that you have. And not everybody is going to understand it, because they're going to feel like, oh, well, if you don't have something that is like tangible, like something that they would understand, that you don't have this. But everybody has an inner knowing about themselves. It's up to them whether they choose to tap into it or not. You chose to tap into it. You chose to hold boundary and space and grace for yourself to be able to create this energetic connection between you and spirit, or whichever god or goddesses that you choose to be led by. You know what I'm saying? You went through a death and rebirth. That is the completion, because of the creative expression, the death and rebirth that you went through. You have this inner knowing, you have this clarity, you know what you know, and can't nobody take that from you. Can I give another one on this 801? What else is coming through? Yeah. And you have the strength to do it. You had to be brave to be able to traverse this by yourself. A lot of people don't have that strength to be able to really fight within themselves to get something right, or to receive something that truly belongs to them. Because sometimes your own mind will trick you. Absolutely. But you went through growth. This is the Ace of Pentacles. The growth that you went through to get here, that persistence is now paying off, because you have the knowing now. You know what you went through, you know your journey. Now it's time to share that journey. Share how you got here. Share how you were in choppy waters and now are in smooth and calm waters, you know? What is the advice? Yeah. You honored your cup. You knew how to pour into others when you could, and you knew when not to pour into others. That's a big thing at this time, is learning how to navigate your own cup without giving too much or not giving enough. Learning what that balance is, knowing what you can do and what you can't. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. So with the Eight of Wands, you now have the Eight of Pentacles, and that is mastery. The master of your own sword, the master of your own knowing, the master of, I now use my third eye to see what I can't physically see, but you can feel. Absolutely. And you have the Four of Wands underneath the deck, which is of celebration. This is something to celebrate. This is something to be fulfilled and happy with. And then with us being in Gemini season, which is the season of communication, and we also have Uranus in here, a lot of people are going to get new revelations on how to communicate, how to navigate their own clarity along with somebody else's clarity. You know what I'm saying? We do not all think the same. We do not all move the same. But if we slow down enough and really just sit and listen to each other, sometimes we can be able to hear what is trying to be said, even if we don't understand what the words are saying. But you could feel it. This is the season of feeling. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Yeah. And being comfortable in your knowing, being comfortable in being who you are at this time, at this present moment, and celebrating that and honoring that. You did the work. You deserve the soft life. You deserve to be able to move freely in your authenticness without hesitation or judgment, or even placing your boundaries on yourself, with being yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Be who you genuinely are and say what it is for you. Speak your truth. Is there anything else we need to know? Tarot Rise. What else do we need to know about this? I think we got the message. Let's get this last card. Look, she comes out again. Queen of Swords. And she don't play. With her inner knowing, it's off with your head with her. It's clear, straight to the point. Straight to the point. You know, you know. And you're not going to let anybody gaslight you in saying that you don't know what you know. You have that skill. You are the magician. Everything that you have gone through and everything that you have learned and everything that you know, this is the year of the magician. We are in year one. This is the year one card. Being able to use the tools that you have learned throughout the journey thus far and using those tools to your benefit, knowing what you know and standing in it and not dimming your light and not dimming yourself in any kind of way. Absolutely. Working with the moon. The moon has the messages for you. And if you've been working with the moon, you have been getting the messages because, listen, I've been working with the moon. And when the messages come through, they come through. And they say what they say. And you not only you have just about everybody out here that is in the sword court except for the page of swords. You have the king, the queen, the knight. So you are not at the page anymore. You have moved straight up into the king. And maybe that was the message that you need to understand that you are the king. You wield your own sword. You have the clarity. That is the completion. You completed the swords. Now let's move into the wands. Let's move into that passion, that desire, that fire. All right, let's get a couple of oracle cards and let's keep it moving. Let's see what we get. This is the Asian 5 Elements Oracle. I love this deck. It is everything. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave comments and messages. I love to hear from you all. Earth Tiger, breaking through barriers. And that's what you did. Even though you were moving in silence in this healing or in this journey, you still are breaking through barriers because you are now using your voice, or you're now speaking up in a way that you may not have ever spoken up. You have the Wood Rat, aligned with your purpose. You have achieved the sword suite. Now it's time to move as though you are that. You know you're knowing. Underneath the deck, Earth Dragon, as above, so below. Come on now. Putting in that work. And let's get a Soul's Journey card to close us out. Look, one. Listen, we had to fight with it. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. You were never alone in this journey. You had your ancestors, you had spirit, you had whoever you pray to with you. And now it's time to celebrate that ancestral force. They see you. This is the completion. You were never alone. You always had somebody with you. Underneath the deck, discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. That was that creative expression. You chose to fly a little higher so you could see in a different perspective. You saw how to hold boundaries. You saw how to have clarity. And it helped you come into your high priestess energy, your knowing. So what do you know? Let us know in the comments, what do you know? What do you know about yourself? And with that, I leave you with love, light, and balance. Be well.